Harry and Meghan have changed their child's name. That sparked a lot of controversy and also speculation. Could that change the reality of the royal couple's non-existent children? Well, join us to find out in this video. So, according to their website, Meghan and Harry have decided to change the names of their children from Mountbatten Windsor to Sussex. This incident, of course, is raising many eyebrows right now about legality and also tradition. Now, some people are fine with this change. Some people are saying that it's just a reflection of their unity as a family and their status since King Charles ascended the throne. But other people view it as quite insulting, actually, incredibly disrespectful, especially when we remember how proud Prince Philip was of the Mountbatten Windsor name. So what is in a name? Well, a person's last name is their last name as recorded on their birth certificate. And the process of legally changing one's first name and last name is not complicated. In fact, it's pretty straightforward. But this has to be done by petition through the court. But changing American children's last name to be reflective of a title doesn't make a whole lot of sense. There's really no precedent for that. I suspect there are two reasons that Harry and Meghan are claiming Sussex as their last name. So by using it as the last name, it preempts any attempt to eliminate the Sussex title, because they're going to say that that's the same thing as taking their last names away from them, and also minimizing their use of the Sussex title explicitly to make money. That's the other purpose. But in my opinion, the issue of the Sussex title itself is pretty problematic in the US, especially because Harry and Meghan remain on the royal website as servants of the monarch. Of course, we know Harry and Meghan are only interested in serving themselves, but still. And I guess Harry and Meghan are probably worried that their titles are going to be taken away. They should be worried. Once they lose those titles, the two of them are going to entrench Sussex with everything they can. If they lose the titles, then they'll just be Harry Sussex and Meghan Sussex, I'm sure. They think they are so clever, but they're really just a complete waste of everybody's time. So the title of Sussex is not legally connected to the county of Sussex. It's simply a historical title. In fact, there's no estate or principality attached to it. So what that means is Harry's not making any money from the Sussex residence, and he doesn't have any legal rights either. So maybe Meghan really is just trying to completely alienate Harry from his family. I mean, she's so desperate. Mountbatten Windsor, though, is basically Harry's only remaining connection, the only thing that connects him to his family. So by changing it to Sussex, what are they trying to do? Now, the royal title was specifically created and awarded to him after he and Meghan got married. And, that would shift all the focus to precisely that, his marriage to Meghan. Similar to the kids, who are no longer going to be Mountbatten Windsors, their last name is also going to demonstrate the significance of their father's marriage to Meghan. And let's remember that when he was growing up, Harry's name was Harry Wales. William's son was George Cambridge, but now he's George Wales. There's not really a big difference. They can name their titles if they want to, but I'm not even sure that is legal in the US, and that is what's important here. The name Sussex is also not unique to Britain. There are actually 9 places around the world called Sussex, and actually, interestingly enough, the country with the most places by that name is the US. So I'm wondering, which of the 4 places did they decide to name their kids after? I mean, some people could innocently ask them that out of curiosity, or maybe they're just going to cringe because of the kids' last names. But what I care more about than Meghan and Harry changing the names of their 2 invisible children is that Meghan could easily do the same to her kids. Is she really so arrogant and egotistical that she wants to erase her own husband's legacy by changing the Mountbatten Windsor last name to Sussex, which comes from the gift title that Harry got when he married Meghan? I guess according to Meghan, Harry should only be known as Meghan's 2nd or 3rd husband. It's not like he's an individual himself. It's not like he has a family of his own and a past. It's kind of like a stage name, I guess, which now they're living in Hollywood, so it makes sense. But for legal purposes, no government agency can issue anything at all with the name Archofficial Sussex on it unless it's on his birth certificate, or unless they petition to legally change his name. And I think we all know the reason this happened. Meghan Markle just wants to piss off Harry's family. She is such an evil witch and a narcissist to boot. But just imagine Archie entering middle school in the US and being referred to as Prince Archie of Sussex. I mean, come on. The bullies are going to have a field day with that. How could Harry believe that this was giving his child a normal, typical childhood? I mean, in America, really? Harry and Meghan are only going to cause their children a lot of heartache. They're going to be teased and they're going to be ostracized. I don't even want to know how many times he would be called Your Highness. I mean, come on, and it wouldn't be out of respect either. It would be kids making fun of him. I do feel bad for those children if they're real. And what exactly is going to happen if Harry and Meghan lose those Duke and Duchess of Sussex titles? I mean, what, so then Archofficial and Invisibet wouldn't even have a last name anymore? And as for Meghan, I mean, she is overly reliant on Harry for everything at this point in time. She can't find any success on her own, so she's just going to rely on those titles. But Sussex, no, it's not right. The important thing to remember here is that their actual surname is Mountbatten-Windsor. Anything else is a royal title. True to royal custom, it is normal to use the titles as surnames, but Harry and Meghan don't want to be a part of the royal family. And I'm not believing all this hype about Meghan and Harry trying to reestablish themselves as American-based royals. I mean, come on, that is such a load of BS. The royal family does not want them back. No way, no how. And I do understand why they're worried about being stripped of their titles. They should be worried. But I just don't trust their intentions, ever. I'm sure there is evil intent. And this can affect a child's identity, and that to me is a huge red flag. They don't care about those kids. I do not believe for 1 second that Meghan Markle is a good mother. This move was the first to show that she would compromise her own children's health just for money. And yeah, I'm going to say health, because in my opinion, mental well-being is a big part of our overall health. And Meghan Markle also just uses those kids as pawns in her little schemes to make money from the royal brand. So maybe Harry and Meghan are going to have to go to court to legally change those names. Supposedly, Meghan Markle tried to enroll Archofficial in a preschool in the US last summer, and they turned her away because when they asked her to produce a legal birth certificate, she refused. So they informed her that every child has to have a legal birth certificate, of course. I think every preschool out there is like that. I guess Meghan couldn't really explain where Archofficial came from, so they didn't let him register. So when they say modernize, by the way, what they mean is make money for themselves. In some ways, it is kind of funny, though, that they have changed their names to Sussex. And if you all didn't know, I'm going to tell you something about Archie's name. So we already know where Meghan Markle stole Lilibet from. Of course, she stole the late Queen's private nickname. But Archie is actually from one of her favorite comic books. Apparently, she was obsessed with the Archie comics when she was younger. And as far as I know, she also stole Archie from William and Catherine because that was, I believe it was George's secret name. It was his code name that his security people would use. Now, I remember the Archie comic book series. It was Archie and Betty and Veronica. So I guess her whole life, Meghan Markle was planning on naming her children Archie and Betty, and then when she heard about the Queen's private family nickname, she decided that Lilibet was an even better version of Betty. The fact, though, that Meghan Markle would dare to use that private nickname just pisses me off to no end. I mean, when I heard that the late Queen left a message on her beloved husband's coffin and signed the envelope Lilibet, Philip's private nickname for her, I couldn't help but shed a few tears. And what do you think about changing the name of Harry and Meghan's children? Let me know in the comments. I can't wait to read what you all have to say. So let's think about the issues that we have just talked about. I think it opens up many fascinating viewpoints, and it really deepens our understanding of this whole situation. And please know how much we value your opinions. I mean, they really enrich our discussions, and they help us approach topics from so many different angles, which I think is really important. In today's world, most reporting is so incredibly biased. So here at Kate Middleton the Queen, we try to just give you the honest truth with no BS. So do you like the topic that I brought to you today? If so, type OK, and if you don't like it, that's alright too, but please let me know why in the comments section. Your support is such a great motivator for us to continue to improve and provide better content. Thank you so much. I so look forward to our next meeting. Take care and bye-bye.